In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on October 28, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. It's a showdown in the Lone Star State on Monday night as 2 Southwest Division rivals clash when the Houston Rockets travel to face the San Antonio Spurs. This marks the second game of a home-and-home series between the two teams. San Antonio managed to fend off a late-game rally from Houston on Saturday night, securing a 109-106 victory on the road. The contest was not without tension as emotions ran high throughout the game, adding an extra layer of intensity to the rivalry. Houston could be dealing with key absences again, as Steven Adams remains questionable for Monday's rematch. Meanwhile, the Spurs will still be missing Tre Jones and Devin Vassell, 2 important pieces of their rotation. Saturday's game had some fireworks in the third quarter when rookie Phenom Victor Wembanyama got tangled up with Aaron Brooks over a loose ball, leading to both players hitting the floor. The brief scuffle escalated into some shoving between the teams, which seemed to jolt the Rockets awake as they surged back into the game. However, the encounter also highlighted Wembanyama's physical growth over the offseason. He looked stronger and more capable of absorbing contact. Another key storyline emerging for the Spurs is the developing chemistry between Wembanyama and Paul, whose role as a playmaker seems to revolve around feeding the rookie star. Paul appears more than willing to orchestrate the offense through Wembanyama, a partnership that could become pivotal as the season unfolds. San Antonio's dominance on the boards was also a decisive factor on Saturday, as they out-rebounded Houston 57-46, and this edge in rebounding could once again play a crucial role. For these reasons, the San Antonio Spurs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Historically, the under has been the safer bet when these two teams meet, with the total going under in 4 of their last 5 matchups dating back to the beginning of last season. Playing consecutive games against the same opponent often creates tightly contested battles, and this one is expected to follow that trend. The narrow spread for Monday's game suggests it will be another close affair, and I anticipate San Antonio pulling off a narrow win in what could be another nail-biter. Both teams have shown excellent control of the ball early this season, with Houston and San Antonio ranking first and third, respectively, in fewest turnovers per game. Additionally, the pace of play has been slow for both teams. San Antonio currently averages just 95.9 possessions per game, the second fewest in the league, while Houston is close behind at 100.1, ranking third from the bottom. On Saturday, the two teams combined for a total of 212 points, which fell short of the projected 223-point total, resulting in an under. Despite both teams being among the faster-paced squads last season, Houston ranked 8th with 103.3 possessions per game, and San Antonio second with 105. Their matchup still tended to hit the under, with the under cashing in 3 of 4 games during last season's series. So far this year, both teams have slowed things down considerably, with the Spurs ranked 29th and the Rockets ranked 28th in pace of play. This slower tempo, combined with both teams' reliance on a few star players for scoring, has created a series of physical, hard-fought games. Without more consistent scoring from other players, both teams risk leaning too heavily on key contributors like Jalen Green for Houston and Wembanyama for San Antonio, which could limit overall offensive output. Of the 5 games these two teams have played this season, 3 have hit the under, and the under has cashed in their last 4 meetings against each other. Given these trends, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bulls versus Memphis Grizzlies. Chicago heads to Memphis for an intra-conference matchup on Monday, October 28th. The Bulls enter the game with a 1-2 record, hoping to recover after a recent loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder on Saturday. On the other hand, the Grizzlies have started their season strong at 2-1, having secured a win against the Orlando Magic in their last outing. Both teams are striving to establish themselves as playoff contenders, and while it's early in the season, every game counts toward building momentum. The Bulls come into this matchup with a clean injury report, giving them a much-needed boost. Memphis, however, will be monitoring the status of Yamor Morant and John Conchar, who are both listed as questionable. Morant's availability remains a crucial factor for the Grizzlies as he deals with right thigh soreness. The Bulls, despite struggling with their shooting in their previous game, will look to regain their form against a Memphis squad still adjusting after an injury-plagued 2023 to 2024 season. Chicago's offensive strategy is expected to rely heavily on three-point shooting. Given that Memphis has shown vulnerability in defending the perimeter, the Grizzlies have allowed opponents to shoot 37.6% from deep this season, nearly identical to last year's 37.8%, with the Bulls attempting 44.7 three-pointers per game, third most in the league. This could be a key area to watch. Memphis will likely enter this contest as the favorite, given their home court advantage. However, with Chicago still searching for consistency on offense, this game could remain competitive. The Grizzlies' injury concerns, especially with Morant, could play a significant role in how the matchup unfolds. As of now, if the Bulls can take care of the basketball, as they did against the Milwaukee Bucks, they stand a good chance of keeping this game close. So the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Recent meetings between the Bulls and Grizzlies have consistently leaned toward high-scoring games, with the over-hitting in each of their last three matchups. Chicago will likely stick to their strategy of firing from beyond the arc, and Memphis struggles to defend the three-point line suggests that the Bulls could attempt over 45 threes in this game. Although Memphis excels at forcing turnovers, ranking second in opponent turnovers last season and seventh so far this year, the Grizzlies will need to convert those takeaways into fast break points. Their ability to score in transition and dominate near the rim will be critical in offsetting Chicago's perimeter attack. Both teams have been playing at a relatively fast pace, with the Bulls and Grizzlies ranked 11th and 12th in pace metrics, respectively. Despite the tempo, neither team has shown much defensive resistance, allowing opponents to shoot effectively from long range and find easy scoring opportunities in the paint. As a result, high-scoring games have become the norm. The over has hit in all three of Memphis' games this season, while Chicago's road games have also gone over twice. Given both teams' defensive vulnerabilities and their preference for up-tempo play, this game is expected to feature plenty of scoring. For that reason, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Utah Jazz versus Dallas Mavericks. The Utah Jazz are still deep in their rebuilding phase following the trades of their former stars Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Although the franchise has acquired some promising young talent, it appears that this season could bring more struggles for the fan base. Patience will be key for Jazz supporters, as the team's development might not translate into immediate success on the court. On Monday, the Jazz will square off against the Dallas Mavericks, a team riding high on momentum from their successful campaign last season, which saw them reach the NBA Finals for the first time in over a decade. With some savvy off-season additions, the Mavericks enter this season optimistic about making another deep playoff run. They hope to capitalize on their current form and build on last year's impressive achievements. Utah continues to deal with roster setbacks as Isaiah Collier and Johnny Juzang remain unavailable for the game. Meanwhile, the Mavericks will again be without Dante Exum, and Maxi Kleber's status is still in doubt as he is listed as questionable. With Utah's recent departures and ongoing struggles, particularly on the road, it comes as no surprise that they have had trouble keeping pace with many of their Western Conference rivals. The Mavericks have been a tough opponent for the Jazz, holding an 8-2 record in their last 10 meetings. Playing in Dallas has proven especially challenging for Utah, with the Mavericks winning all 5 of their home matchups during that stretch by an average margin of 20 points. So far, the Jazz have shown very little defensive grit in their 2 games, highlighted by a blowout loss to the Golden State Warriors. A road trip to face the Mavericks doesn't make their situation any easier. On the other hand, the Mavericks are eager to bounce back after a narrow defeat against the Phoenix Suns and will look to unleash their high-powered offense against a struggling Jazz defense. If the Mavericks can find their rhythm early, they are well equipped to dominate this game in much the same way the Warriors overwhelmed Utah last week. The Jazz have stumbled out of the gate and their performance against Golden State did not inspire much confidence. Conversely, the Mavericks have had a better start to the season and could easily be undefeated if their bench had provided more consistent production. However, back on their home floor, Dallas seems poised to correct their mistakes and get back on track. Although the point spread for this game is sizable, the Mavericks have the offensive firepower to pull away in the latter stages and secure a comfortable victory in front of their home crowd. While covering a large spread can sometimes be a challenge, the Mavericks have the talent and momentum to make it happen if their shooting is on point. Given Utah's defensive struggles and lack of cohesion so far, look for Dallas to once again control the game and earn a decisive win. Therefore, the Dallas Mavericks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. On paper, a matchup involving Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Lauri Markkanen seems like it would result in a high-scoring affair. However, recent trends suggest otherwise, especially considering Utah's offensive struggles. In their last 5 games in Dallas, the Jazz have failed to score more than 100 points, contributing to a record of 5-4-1 for the under in the last 10 meetings between the two teams. This history indicates that Monday's game is likely to be more defensive and lower scoring than one might initially expect. Utah's offensive production has been inconsistent, with the under hitting in 7 of their last 10 games. They've managed to score over 110 points just once in their last 6 road contests, signaling continued issues on the offensive end. Meanwhile, the Mavericks have also leaned toward lower scoring outcomes. The under has hit in 7 of their last 10 games, with Dallas allowing fewer than 110 points in 6 of those matchups. Given both teams' trends, the under looks like a strong play here. As such, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.